Brooklyn and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be another installment in my seasonal colour analysis makeup tutorial. So this one is for springs. So you have discovered that you're spring and you're looking for makeup inspiration, a makeup tutorial that you can wear for every day and even amplified for like a night out or a special occasion. So springs are categorised by their lightness, their brightness or clearness, and their warm undertones. So springs are split into 3 or 4 categories depending on the colour system that you've been typed in. I go by the 12 colour analysis system, but there also is a 16 colour analysis system and the classic 4 colour analysis system, which just does the 4 seasons, and that one came out in the 80s when it was first kind of became a thing. So I'll touch on the individual subtypes. So there's light spring, which is predominantly light. Their feature is light first, and then their warm undertone, and then their brightness. Warm spring or true spring is their warmth first, and then their brightness and their depth or whatever. But with warm spring, you are dominantly warm. And then bright spring is bright. That's what comes first. That's the most important feature. The dominant feature is the brightness, and then their warmth, and then their depth. But this look, which is like a nice warm toned everyday look with like nice neutral warm eyeshadow look with like brown liner and then like a coral lip and some warm bronzer blush and like a nice highlighter. It's going to be perfect for you as a spring for an everyday look, or even like jazzing up, like darkening up the eyes a little bit, or wearing an even deeper, brighter lip for a night out. But in this video, I'm going to give you colour recommendations, techniques, how to make this look work on your skin, and also like a lot of different options like lip colours for a lipstick and whatnot. So we want to see how to get this look. So if you are like a deeper or lighter skin tone than me, just choose colours that are going to work with your skin depth. Adapt this look to your own unique features, but this look is very adaptable and it's going to work for everyone who's in this season. So if you want to see how to get this look if you're a spring and to become your truest, most beautiful, authentic self, keep on watching. Okay, so I have got my base makeup on, such as primer, foundation, concealer, powder, and I've also got all my eyebrow makeup on. Just use the W7 brow gel. But for springs, I would say for eyebrows, try to match up with your hair colour, or go, say for instance you're like a blonde spring, go like 2 or 3 shades darker, but pick something that has a warm undertone to it, like a warm light brown if you're blonde, or a warm brown, depends on how light or dark you want your eyebrows. But also if you're doing your makeup to go with your colour season, like let's say you're light spring, don't go too dark with your eyebrows because it will look unnatural on you. So stick with the 2 shades darker than your natural hair colour, or the hair colour you have lightened to. Let's say my previous example of like a light spring who has like light golden blonde hair, maybe like a dark golden blonde or like light golden brown eye pencil or eyebrow pencil would be ideal for you. And if you are like a bright spring but one who has like jet black hair, yeah, you can do the really dark. It actually is recommended you have dark hair to dark eyebrows, but instead of going for like that really cool toned jet black eyebrow pencil, I would say go for the like chocolate brown, deep chocolate brown type of tones, just to kind of complement your skin undertones, complement your colour season, and to complement your sub-season within the spring season. So there is 3 subgroups of spring. There's light spring, true spring, or warm spring it's also called. And if it's a 16 colour analysis season system, True Spring and Warm Spring are like two different sub-seasons, but in the 12 one, which I more follow, they're like combined into one. They're just pretty much interchangeable names for the one sub-season. So Light Spring, obviously the name is in the description. It is someone who's light, who has a warm undertone, who's a spring, and they're bright actually. Like, they're not the brightest out of the springs, that would be Bright Spring. The True Spring or Warm Spring is the warmest of the springs, and I think Bright Spring carries the most depth, but I could be wrong. I think maybe they'll have the same contrast levels as True Spring, but Light Spring is obviously a low contrast level. But yes, I'm not going to talk too much into the spring subtypes. I'm going to do my eyes first. So for spring, I struggle to actually find colours for... I'm going to really struggle doing the autumn look because I haven't filmed that one yet. I've done winter, that's already up. I've filmed summer, which I haven't bothered to get edited yet. It's been over a month sitting on my phone. I filmed summer and I'm filming spring, but autumn I've left to the last because I have the least amount of autumn colours, because I'm not an autumn. I'm a cross between a summer and a winter. My contrast levels, they bring me into the summer category, but whatever, like, overall colours that suit me are winter. So yeah, I'm a complicated case. But yeah, I tend to gravitate towards like the cool toned bright makeup anyway, so trying to find warm and light colours in a quickly amount of time without taking ages looking for my drawers. No, I have some in there, but I just can't be bothered to look right through them because I'm like, no. So it's been a nightmare. But autumn's going to be even worse, so prepare yourself. Or not you prepare yourself, but me prepare myself, because it's me doing the video. But yes, Be Perfect Legacy palette. This palette is one of my favourite eyeshadow palettes in my collection. I got it for Christmas, and I've been using it like constantly ever since. And it has an array of beautiful neutral colours that will suit every season in the colour analysis system, pretty much. But it does have some lovely colours, especially for springs and autumns, but also summer and winters. So I'm focusing more, if I can speak. So I'm going to be focusing more on the warmer colours in this palette. I'm looking for my brush. Did I bring a double-ended brush? I don't know if that I may grab it. I had it here all along. Must have been sitting on it or something, I don't even know. Just a blind biatch. But I am going to be using the Be Perfect double-ended eyeshadow crease brush. Using the big end. I'm not going to do a big intricate look. I said this in my last two season colour makeup videos, tutorials, that I wasn't going to do like an intricate eye look. Just something everyday, easy to follow, easy to use look. So as you can see, I might start with this one, but then, yeah, for spring, I could start with that one, but for my, like, fake tan skin tone, it might not show up, but I'll just start with the darker one, but you could do the lighter one, or could I mix them? I don't know. I should have thought this through. I'll just do the darker one. Just use a light hand of it. So this one here, they do have their names written at the back of the palette as well, but I'm just going to swirl the brush in. Grab my bronzer. I could actually use this for the spring bronzer because it's warmer tone than the one I brought up. Actually, yeah. Have not thought this through properly. I thought I was so organised, but obviously not. So I'm just going to start with the outer V, see here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to take that colour windshield wiper motions into the crease and blend it upwards towards the brow bone. So you want the darkest part of your eyeshadow to be here, so that outer V, outer corner of your eye, it creates that nice definition to your eye shape, and this one isn't really given too much. It's given depth, but not too strongly, so it is perfect for springs, especially light springs. If you are light spring, I'd recommend that lighter shade if you have this palette, but you can wear the darker shade if you want to, it's your face, but just recommendations. I was actually going to use my Peach palette by Too Faced, but that's like 10 years old, but it's still usable. I'm not a tramp, but I don't think anyone has a peach palette anymore. I don't think you can get it anymore, so I'm trying to use products that you can't get. Where a lot of my eyeshadow palettes are collected ones, and I've collected over the years. I still use a lot of them. Not ones that are heavily out of date and not that stinking, but I do tend to get use out of them, or try to. But yeah, I just don't want to use anything that's gonna not be able to get, that anyone's not gonna be able to get them, you know what I mean? They're gonna struggle to get them. So that's definition it's created. I am gonna take maybe a touch more, just to that outer V, just to kind of give me more depth. And then I'm going to take a touch more, just a couple of taps really, tapping it off, and then the outer V, just the other eye. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to squash the brush like this, see what I'm doing there with my nails, and then take the colour underneath my lash line, the lower lash line. This creates like a cohesive eye look, so it's not like all top heavy. You're bringing your colour underneath to create more of a balance to your face, and it really opens up the eyes. It really kind of frames your eyes a lot better. And then I'm just going to take the excess and bring that into my crease area on both sides, just to create that nice blended type of cohesive look. So yeah, so I'm not going to do anything like darker, just that could be for the crease, and the other V that'll do me for like a matte colour, a contour colour if you will. I'm going to grab a wee lid brush and my brush roll and wipe it off. I should clean these all like very, very regularly. I know I'm a tramp. I am going to take a nice warm tone shadow. So this one, say a name. On the back it does, Brooklyn, you're told that everyone already. Why are you looking for a name? Honestly, my brain sometimes, smart but stupid. Most complex person ever. This colour here where my brush is touching, I'm just going to swirl my brush in there. This is actually an Obsession brush. Just a big lid brush. It's really, really handy for like getting a quick dose of colour on your lids. And that just gives you a nice sort of warm tone, I would say. Yeah. Now, I wish it was more peachier, but it is nice. It does have a warm tone to it, but it's not overly warm, so should I mix it with something else to make it like overly warm? I might do that. But then I don't want to overcomplicate the look either, so yeah, I'm just placing this on the lid space of my eye. Lid's just the place it doesn't move. It's like here. Well, it does move, but it's not like the crease area. That makes actual sense. I have no idea, but yeah, it's warm toned enough because I could see it more coming out as I'm doing the second eye. I'm going to give more onto the other eye, just to, I like to really build up my lid colour just to create that nice sparkle. And with springs you're allowed to do that because, well, any season's allowed to like build up a lid colour, but sparkle and high contrast and like brightness goes in your favour. So you can see how much beautiful that looks on the lid, how beautiful. Just creates that nice snatched contour, or not snatched contour. It creates that nice, well, I suppose it does sharpen up the contour of the lids, but it creates that nice highlight and it creates that nice pop to your eye look. So I'm going to grab a different brush, different lid brush. I think I shall use, let me see, where is it, this one. It's like a, what's this brush called? It's not Inglot, it's a different one. Blank Canvas. I think it's her E40 or something like that. I've had it for donkeys years now. And I am going to take, let me see. I'll either take this for the highlight shade or could take my highlighter. No, take this, just make it easier. So this one, I do like to use, for everyday looks, I like to use between 2 or 3 shadows. Sometimes 4 of them do a bit more like depth to it, but for this look, for simple, going to work, every day, heading out the door type of look, you want to try to keep it as minimal as possible. So some sort of look you can easily throw on, put on for work, for errands, for anything you need to do, and you want to have makeup on that day and complement your overall colour season. But you have just applied that to the brow bones and inner corners. And I'm now taking this kind of blank canvas setting brush just to brush off any excess before I do the eyeliner. So with this palette, because this my brain! Oh girl, for goodness sake, can you not just keep simple words and products in your head? Be Perfect Legacy palette has 5 cream shadows. You could use these as eyeliners, as eyeshadow bases, and as eyebrow pomades. I do use these two, they do darker shades of black and the dark warm brown as an eyebrow pomade. Not today, I've used an eyebrow gel, I've told you earlier on, but because springs for eyeliners, they're like advised to go for like warm browns are your best friend. Something lighter and brighter, you can absolutely go for black, who's stopping you? But if you want to really complement your colour season, going for like a warm brown like this one here, the same like cream version of the powder I've just used, is going to be perfect for you. And I'm going to try to find a wee brush to apply that with. I'll use an angled brush to apply that with, so I'm just going to take some onto my angled brush. Now I will go in black if I find it isn't enough definition for me. Normally it isn't, but for especially a light spring, a bright spring will suit black better, but a light spring will suit a nice dark chocolate brown or chocolate brown, and a warm spring will suit like a chocolate brown, even a black, but maybe like a softened black, like a black brown would be good for you if you're a warm spring. And then your eyeshadow should be, if I haven't mentioned before, warm toned, and the neutral should be like creams, warm browns, like bright golds, bright champagnes, like them type of tones. So I'm just gonna apply it to the outer lash line first, and then bring it in. That's one there on my top lash line. So for me, that isn't enough definition. I am going to try to build it up.
I'm seeing if his bottle's here.
No. It's in the room. So I'm going in to build this up, starting on the outer half of the lid. You can just tap the eyeliner in if you prefer that, if it's easier for you. But yeah. So like that. Even though it's not enough definition for me, you can tell with my colouring I need more definition. I am going to take this on my lower lash line too. You could use any pencil eyeliner, especially if you don't have that palette, but for convenience, using that palette's going to just give more use out of that palette and showcase how full and fireable this eyeshadow palette really is. So I'm just taking that colour, hopefully you can see what I'm doing, on my lower lash line, not my waterline. I never line the waterline anymore because I prefer to make my eyes look bigger, because yeah, my eyes are decent size, they're just too deep set and hooded, like not as hooded as what they used to be before I lost weight, but they are still deep set and don't have them big massive. I do have decent shape to my eyes, they're not small, but they're not overly big. They are like on the bigger side, but they're not overly big. but they're deep set, so they look smaller annoyingly. I'm envious of people, girls and guys, who have big, prominent, protruding eyes. Like, I think that feature is just so beautiful. And if I had a daughter with that eye shape, like, she will be so lucky. And I would hope for her to have that eye shape, to be fair, because doing her makeup will be easy. Her eyes will never look like two pea holes in the snow. But as you can tell, look how much bigger by lining the lower lash line. My eyes looking already, this one compared to that one, like, the difference is unreal. And that's only even with brown. Unreal. But yes, this colour will be especially gorgeous on you if you are a light spring too. And even if you are a light spring, you could mix it with that lighter, slightly warm brown. It isn't like overly warm brown, but it is slightly on the warmer side. If you just really don't want, like, your very light spring, you just find even anything that's dark, like this for me isn't dark, but it is dark. But anything that isn't, like, it's dark, is still a bit overwhelming. You could mix it in with that lighter one, or smudge it out with a lighter, like, warm brown shadow, and that'll be perfect if you're light spring. Bright spring, you have more leeway with it, because you do have some, like, medium to high contrast. Like, the darker liners do go in your favour, but you are going to look better with, like, a dark, like, espresso, like, or dark chocolate brown than you would a pitch black. But absolutely you can wear a pitch black, because your contrast or brightness still allows that. And even if you want to, like, branch out a little bit for, like, night time, or even daytime if you wanted to, you could, like, wear, like, a bright teal or, like, a turquoise, or, like, a nice warm tone bright green on your eyes as well. That'll be really pretty. Any type of spring can get away with that, as long as if it's in your colours. If you're wanting a fancy or colourful liner option, doing coloured will be perfect, especially if you are a bright spring. Just taking that, but I'm not going to apply more. And having this all in one palette is, like, I'm sorry if I'm covering what I'm doing to the camera, but having that all in one place just gives you, like, the freedom with versatility in that palette, which is amazing. So for holidays, I took that on my holiday to Turkey last month, and I literally was spoiled for choice with that palette. Excuse me. Lucky that's my own palette, not a friend's, me coughing all over it. But I was literally spoiled for choice for that palette in my holiday, or on my holiday. I feel that left eye is looking lighter than the right eye. I don't know why, it's just peeving me off now. I am going to try to build it a bit. Right, I think hopefully that looks even enough for usings. But yeah, it just creates a nice, light contrast look, and it looks really well for, like, a light spring or a bright spring or any spring, warm spring. So yeah, that's pretty much, apart from the mascara, that's the eyes done. So I am going to move on to the cheeks now. So because you are spring of some kind, you do want to keep your contour, your bronzer warm toned and sort of have a brightness to it. Now, any warm toned bronzer that complements your skin depth, skin tone is ideal. So going about 2 or 3 shades darker than your natural skin is going to give you the best results. You can go darker for more depth, but if you're a light spring and you want to try to honour your contrast levels, sticking to the 2 to 3 shades darker rule is going to really serve you the best way possible. And if you're a warm spring, it's really important that you make sure that your bronzers and contours are really warm toned, because anything too cool toned is going to look really ashy on your skin and it's just not going to look natural. So I did bring out 2 bronzers, which this one was the original one I was intending to use. It's a bit darker than the one I have sitting out that I'm going to use. This one is the Collection Kiwi Bronzer in, I think it's, what's it called again? Golden Kiwi one. This one is well loved. I've had it in my collection for a couple of years. It is relatively warm toned, but not too warm toned. So if you're in the spring season where you're sitting on the border, this is going to be good for you. You can tell, like, it is warm toned, but not that warm toned. It's like slightly warm of like neutral. But I think that'll be good for you if you're like a light or a bright spring where you're neutral, like leaning warm. But I want to try to cover bases for everyone. So this one I'm going to show you is Mrs. Glam bronzer in, I think it's Sunkissed, shade Sunkissed. And it just looks like that. So it is quite warm toned. It's like a medium depth. But of course, get a bronzer that's going to match your depth of skin. I've done 2 layers of swatches, so you can tell how, like, even though like the other bronzer rough, you can tell how like much lighter that one is. But it has like a really golden shift to it. I don't think I'm going to heavily contour today. I might, I don't know. Or I think I might just grab my bronzing brush. I think I'll do that, like my big bronzing brush, just to create like a nice light contour and bronze my face up. I've got it. It's this, what's it called? Bare Mineral. It's Bare Mineral's face brush, flawless face brush. I've had it for years. I actually stole this one off my mum like 7-8 years ago. No, it was 7 years ago I stole it off her. And I'm not getting it back because it's the best bronzer brush ever. So I'm going to just swirl it in. And then I'm just going to start with the cheeks. Just bring the product down the cheekbone like that. And then up on the cheekbone, up towards like the sides of the foreheads. In like a free motion. And then I'm going to take a lot for that jawline and chin, and this brush is really good for like on the go bronzing of your face. I'll do the same on the other side. And because this bronzer is quite sheer and light and it's quite glowy, you can build up in multiple layers. I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. Maybe because I haven't filmed properly in ages, that's why. But I'm just sort of building it up. I'm going to take more of like that. I really want to make sure I contour that jawline's contoured. It just creates like a nice sculpt and bring it down my neck. Then I'm going to take some more for them cheekbones. And taking some for the side of the nose, underneath the lip. And just look how much beautiful of a glow I get from that. Even though I'm not a spring, I can still wear some spring colours, but that creates a nice glow. And to blend any sort of like harsh edges on your forehead, use your powder brush and just go over it lightly, and that just creates like a nice even seamless blend with this bronzer. I'm going to add some more to my cheeks here. It is quite like forgiving because it is very light and glowy, so it just gives me more of like a bit of depth, a bit of glow, and it's really good for like springs or autumns even too. So yeah, So this bronzer's good if you want like a really nice bronze up and light contour. Whereas this bronzer's really good for like an in-depth contour and still keeping your skin nice and bronzy and glowy. So for blush options for spring, going for warm toned blushes that are bright is going to be your go-to. So think really lovely peaches, corals, like warm corals especially, watermelon shades, oranges, especially if you're a bright spring or a warm spring. A nice true orange is going to look gorgeous on you. And even like burnt oranges, maybe they are more autumn, but you could still wear them, especially if you are a warm spring, because warm spring is a sister season of warm autumn, so burnt oranges would go best with the warm springs. Think like even like really light peaches, like deep kind of, I would say terracotta shade to be good for like the women of colour who have or who do fall into the spring category. Think like brick, no, not brick red, it's more autumn. So think like warm toned reds, like tomato red, especially if you are bright spring or someone who has a deeper skin tone but still want to wear a bright blush that will fit their skin tone and fit their colour season. Like poppy reds or like orange reds is going to be good for like a bright spring option, or a woman who's in the spring season who has a more deeper coloured skin tone. Any of them sort of colours will look gorgeous on you. This one I'm using, I don't know if you can get this anywhere, but it's the most springiest blush I have in my collection. Well, I probably have ones that are still appropriate, but I wanted to grab this one because it's really, really good for springs. And it's also one of them colours you can use if you're a bright winter, because it isn't so obviously very warm tone, it's going to clash on their skin tones. But it is warm toned where it's ideal for a spring. It's like bright and it's warm. This is the XX Revolution blush in Cynic. I've had this for like 5 years. I'm not sure if you can still get it anymore. I apologise if you can't, but I'm sure you can find lots of different like blush options that are going to suit you. I'm using my trusty unicorn blush brush. I'm just going to tap a few taps in. Apply this on the apples of my cheeks. That just gives you a nice kind of like a watermelon, like orangey glow to your skin in a good way. Just adding some more because I really want that depth to come back. And if you see any pink on my cheeks from my previous blush, I tried to clean off this brush as much as I could. I apologise if it's showing up loads, but just want to apply here and then bring it up towards your hairline like that, and that just gives you a beautiful radiant springy glow. I might add a touch more. Blush brownness, but hey ho. So but yeah, this blush is ideal for springs, especially bright springs, but any kind of springs could wear this. So on the highlighter. So for spring, your best highlighters are going to be them warm tone highlighters. So think classic champagne highlighters, like if you ever remember Rebecca, I think it's under Splashbox now, the Champagne Pop it is. That one's going to be your best friend. Even if you're on autumn too, that highlighter's going to be amazing on you, but especially a spring. And then think MAC Soft and Gentle. That one's going to be your best friend too. And think like nice kind of brighter golds too, especially if you are a deeper skin tone. Honey colours too as well are going to be lovely on you, and even in autumn as well. But things that are more like blinding highlighters are going to look the best on you. Like autumns would be more likely or more suited to. Autumns would be more suited to more subtler highlighters. They can wear bright highlighters too, but more so in their tones. But you springs can get away with a blinding highlight. So this one, which is busted, the lid's busted off it. It is Makeup Obsession Mega Honey Highlighter. I'm using my unicorn highlight brush with this. This colour is like a nice champagne honey tone. Like, it's a perfect spring highlighter, especially if you have more of a light to medium skin tone. This is going to be ideal, especially if you have a light to medium skin tone. This is going to be ideal for you. And even if you have a deep skin tone, you could probably still wear that, but I would recommend a deeper shade. Using my unicorn highlight brush, I'm going to swirl the product in, grab my mirror, and apply to the high points of my cheeks and the sides of the forehead, like the above my brow bone, if I can speak, just in that C shape. Swirl more of it in for the other side, and this is going to give you like a beautiful glow, but not too much. Like, look at my face here. Hopefully I don't have any more of that residual icy highlighter I normally wear, but if I do, I apologise. But if I do, it'll get mixed in beautifully with this. But I'm going to apply a light bit more just to give it a bit more pop. Because us springs, well, you springs can wear a nice pop of highlight and not be too much. And especially if you're a bright spring, popping highlighter is going to look like a dream on you. Like, that just works perfectly for any spring. Really, really does. So now that my face makeup is on, I'm going to just get my lip options out. I'm going to set my face spray, my setting spray I would use. And then I'm going to do my lipstick and then do my mascara last. Okay, so I am back and I'm going to apply some plumping gloss to my lips. Or yeah, I will. And I can always blot it off after I've set my face. But I'm just using this Maybelline Lifter Plump in the shades that have a shade name. I'm sure it does somewhere. It's like the red shade. You'll not miss it. Actually, here it does say. I am so chaotic today. 004. This one. So it's like their Lifter Plumping Gloss. I got this recently and I've used quite a lot of it already because I just put it on as a lip treatment to kind of soften, hydrate and plump my lips. So I'm kind of going through this already, look. So I'm just going to apply it to my lips. It does give a hint of red, but it's not like nearly as opaque as I wanted it to be. It's like very sheer red. If not, it just gives you like a hint lip balm. It's like a lip balm type of hint of colour you get. I like the applicator on it, but I'm just applying some just give me a bit of hydration and plump my lips. So I am going to set spices. Low has spice to it, so it kicks into your gob if you swallow it, or like you inhale some of it. It does go down your throat. So I'm using my beloved Wee Cherie by Beauty Crop Setting Mist. I've literally near out of this. Going to shake it up. Going to give it a wee spray to sell in the powders. And this setting spray gives you a beautiful glow, and especially if you are spring, like a bright season, this is going to work really well in your favour. So look at that. Look at that glow, girl. So yeah, this setting spray is amazing. So let's talk through lip options while we're here. So I've literally got the most lip options out of all my seasons makeup looks I have done. Like, the other two I had about 4 lip options or 5. This one is 6. I think the other two had 4, but this one has 6. Literally. And I'm not even a spring. I'm a winter. Or a fake winter, some of you may refer me to because I don't have natural dark hair. But I'm a winter. But you'd think winter would be the most options I would have in my collection. And yes, I do, because I have a lot of bright colours. and like really cool tone colours, but not a lot of warm tone ones. I do have some warm tone colours, but not a whole load to choose from compared to the cool toned, especially bright colours. But apparently I panicked, picked out quite a lot of options for springs, even though I'm not a spring, but I can gravitate towards some of the spring colours. So a lip gloss, which I showed you, this one. I'm not going to swatch it because I have it on my lips anyway, but you can see the colour looks as it's going to be a bright red, but it comes out like really sheer, like a hint of red. But it just gives like a plump and a little bit of colour, not that much. But it's good if you want to wear something every day, like putting less colour over like a nude lipstick. It's going to hype it up a little bit, amp it up, and give you a nice kind of like pimp out your everyday lip look. That's what it'll do. Or even putting it over top of like a red or orange lipstick, it'll look beautiful. So onto the actual lipstick. So for a nude option, do you have one? This is the Inglot lipstick. I did get this in like a gift set of 3 lipsticks a couple of years ago. I can't really read the actual name because I am half blind, but I'll show it here and see if you can read this. But it is like a nice, like true peach lipstick. It's very peachy, you can see there, so it's perfect for spring, and especially this one will be good for like a light spring as well, because it isn't too overly warm. Like it has warm tone, but it isn't too overly warm. Like it's gonna be good for that light spring, even light summer, but more light spring, I would say. Beautiful. And then something that's still like everyday appropriate, but nighttime too. Well, us springs can handle a bit of coral. That's one of our favourite colours, especially in a coral blush too. This one is the Kylie liquid lipstick. It comes in their lip kit. That's why I put lip there instead of liquid lipstick, but it comes in their lip kit. This is the shade, trying to think of the actual shade name. Oh my goodness, it'll come to me, but it's gonna annoy me. What's that shade? Come on. Oh, and the same thing happened when I did my winter makeup look. I used the Kylie Bright Future Pink liquid lipstick, and I couldn't remember the name. Now it's happening again, but I couldn't remember the name of this one when I was doing the winter makeup look. This one. Like, hopefully you recognise it, but it's a beautiful coral colour. I will do a swatch alongside that lipstick I swatched here. It's like a brighter coral colour. It's beautiful on. As you can see there, this will be ideal for oh my goodness, that liquid lipstick. Not a liquid lipstick, that lip plumping gloss. Got caught in my throat. This is a disaster, honestly. Oh, must have inhaled a whole load of that plumping gloss into my lungs. But this one is a beautiful, bright, like coral, almost like a pinky coral. It's beautiful. Is it called Sell Out or something like that, or Night Out or something like that, or it's one of them names, like Party Girl. Hallelujah, I finally got it. It's called Party Girl. That's what it's called. Kylie liquid lipstick in Party Girl. It's beautiful. And then this one is kind of like a wild card, because you look at that and think summer. This one is the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink liquid lipstick in the shade 125. This one. And I think, let me see the actual name. I think it's Inspire or something like that. It's stained a bit, but this one, it's like a beautiful, like, it's like a peachy pink colour. It's gorgeous. This one's going to be ideal, especially for like them light springs. But looking at that compared to the rest of the colours. You can see how much cooler toned that is, but this one actually looks more peachy compared to Dreamer by Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. This one has more of a warmer tone, like not so much cool tone. It looks very cool tone next to Lenti, doesn't it? Oh, that one looks like nude, like peachy nude. That one looks bright electric coral, like watermelon coral, and that one looks like baby like or light cool tone pink, like very summer or winter, not spring. It almost looks more summery because it looks more muted, but well, if you are light spring, you could get away with it. I don't know about a bright spring. I suppose you could, but it might be a bit too muted for you. But a light spring, this one will probably work for it a little bit the other seasons, but maybe you could actually. But not a warm spring, I would say. Nah, stay away from it if you're a warm spring, because it is quite cool toned on the hand. Now let us look at it. Oh my goodness, girl. I knew something was telling me, Brooklyn, don't show that in the video. It's not really ideal for all springs. It's only gonna maybe work for a light spring. You're gonna be very exclusive there. I was like, I'll be fine. No, this is not going to be, unless you really want to wear a colour, then go ahead and wear it, but it's not going to be one of them colours for like all spring, like a must have, going to pop, going to look gorgeous on you, like it's going to compliment you. No. So, sure. At least if you're a summer who wants to be a spring, but also wants to try to brighten up their look, you could be like, oh, a wee Easter egg for a summer. This colour, literally. Okay. So I've got two last ones, which finally I'm getting round to, are the brighter colours for like going out for like a night out, partying, a date night, or some type of occasion where you want to look more full glam. So this is a recent addition to my lip collection. It is by Golden Rose, I think it is. It's a new brand I discovered. I think it's a European brand, Golden Rose Longwear Liquid Lipstick. And does it have a shade? It does, I think. I might have one here. Hopefully you can read that. I got this in Marmaris in Turkey, and I just seen this colour and I knew I wanted another bright red lip, so I got this. And it sort of has that warmer undertone to it. It's like slightly more, not overly warm, but it is having that warmer undertone. I will swatch this. It does look warmer on the lips, but this could also be like good for like an autumn too, if you want like more of a bright pop. But a spring, you can see it more now. It is show off a slight warm undertone, not overly. Like, it's not obviously screaming warm toned, but it does have a slight orange base to it, but it's more deeper, so it's less noticeable. But this colour is beautiful on the lips. And then last but not least, which is a true orange, but it isn't actually a liquid lipstick or lipstick. It's actually an eyeshadow base. It is a P. Louise coloured eyeshadow base in the shade OTT Orange. I've had this for a couple of years now, so it's almost on its last legs, I would say. But this is proper, like the name describes it, OTT Orange, like electric, vibrant orange. And the swatch does not lie. It does hold up to the actual description and what it looks like. This is going to be perfect on a spring, especially like a bright spring or a warm spring who's looking for that pop on their lips. See, for like a bright spring, that is not going to overwhelm you at all. Now, I can still wear it, even though it does look obviously not my colour season, but it still is wearable on me for like a pop of colour because I am brighter featured. But someone who's more like softer than me wouldn't be able to get away with that if they're cool toned like a summer. But like a bright winter, like a bright winter could wear that, because I think if I had no contrast levels naturally, like a deeper contrast level, like darker hair naturally, darker eyebrows, I would be a bright winter. But bright spring, this is gonna be amazing on you. Even warm springs too, because it does have that warm undertone because it's orange. But yes, so I am actually gonna do my mascara first. Even though my satin spray is already dry, because I've talked loads through the lip options for mascara. I'm using the Maybelline, it's their bubble mascara in the shade black, and it's a new addition to my collection. I do like this mascara. I'm just going to do one coat today because I wear it in an everyday look. So just applying it, stroke it onto the lashes, then doing the backs of the lashes to get rid of any like white lashes. Like when you look down, your lashes are going to look black regardless, and then flicking them back up. And I'm just gonna wiggle them. See, for mascara, if you are spring, you are advised to wear like or swap to brown mascara. Like a warm brown, like a chocolate brown, it's gonna look gorgeous on you. You can still wear black. Like I think if you're a bright spring, you are more advised to wear black because you do have that natural chroma, like high chroma, a natural good amount, like medium to high, sometimes even low contrast could be a bright spring, but it's usually medium to high. But you do need to add contrast into your makeup if you are a bright spring to really like suit your season and sub-season. But if you are like especially a light spring, even the warm spring, wearing like a really dark chocolate brown mascara, it's gonna look amazing on you. But a light spring who may be overwhelmed with black mascara may look too much, especially for daytime. They will look gorgeous in a chocolate brown mascara. So like any mascara that has a chocolate brown option, like or like a warm brown option, or even the brown option, is going to look better suited to your features and your contrast levels. So if you see this mascara and you like it, get the brown version or the black brown, and it's going to be a better match for your like your season and your colouring and your contrast levels. But again, if you want to wear black mascara, don't let me or anyone else stop you. You wear it. I know for myself, I suit black mascara much better than brown. Not just because of my colour, but because of the way my eyes are shaped. They're deep set, even though they're decently big. They are deep set, so I need to have like that black mascara to bring them out. And I need I'm the type of person who needs to add contrast to my features because I do have bright blue eyes with makeup. Because anything that's way too toned down, too natural, too muted does wash me out a lot, I've noticed. So the black mascara is just essential for me in my makeup routine. I've tried brown mascara in the past. I never gravitated towards it, but when I did try, I didn't feel it did much for me. Like I felt that just didn't really give me that much definition as much as I needed. I just felt like there wasn't enough. Like it was very meh. Like there wasn't that pop or sparkle to my eyes that I would get with the black mascara. Yeah, brown can, like it does complement blue eyes, but I need that depth. But you may suit a brown mascara better, especially if you are spring or like a light spring or a warm spring who is lighter complected. And I'm just gonna wiggle a mascara wand to get that loose lower lashes. The only thing with this mascara can tend to clump a good bit, which I don't really like. I prefer the Firework mascara over this, but it is decent for giving you good lashes. So yes, I'm going to blot this off. Kissing my hand like a weirdo, but sure. Lick my lips like a pervert. Now I'm getting hyper. Right. Should I do this colour or the nudie colour? Oh my goodness, so nudie or corally? I don't know. I think I'll do coral because I am wearing a bright red top, even though you can everyday look, you can still wear like a bright lip, but this isn't. It's bright but not too deep or too much. It's a good middle ground. Or that could be famous last words because it does look quite bright. Who knows? I do get this liquid lipstick. It does come with a lip liner, so it's gonna be good for like lining your lips. I am using the lip liner or liquid lipstick to overline my lips. Not too much, just slightly. Okay, that's plenty of colour for me, and yeah. So I'm gonna sort my hair out. I might try to do like the shark flex style curls if I have time. I will need to dry it anyway because I can't be looking like a tramp in my videos because yeah. Or could I just have it in a bun because I don't know if I can be bothered actually like trying to dry and style my hair at this time of night because left doing my videos really late. Alexa, time.
It's 9:38 p.m.
Yeah. There's no chance I'm going to be sitting with my hair dryer trying to curl my hair with my shark flex style at this time. But yeah, that is the completed look. So a perfect everyday look for springs. And I hope you've enjoyed this video and hope you've learnt some genuine good tips. Despite my rambling, despite me mumbling my words, despite me saying the wrong things in this video and having to correct myself the whole video, despite my Frenchie playing up, despite my child playing up. Hopefully you've learned something, you found this video useful, and if you like this video, why not subscribe to my channel and also my TikTok. I do TikToks over on my TikTok channel or TikTok account, XO Brooklyn XO. On there I do more random type of videos, but if you like that, give it a wee follow too. And subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for the next video. Stay gorgeous. God bless. Bye.